Um,
All right, everybody. Welcome back to another video slash live stream, my first live stream on this channel. And today we're kicking off with a debate between Cobra Kai Karate and Agni Kai over the character of Samantha Larusso. So we're just gonna get into it. So I'm gonna ask these guys some questions to see what they gotta say to each other. So Cobra Kai Karate, is there any, like, before I start, is there like a particular reason like why you want to debate Agni Kai?
um, well, first off, I want to say it's nothing serious. Not upset at him, but yeah. I mean, I saw his video. I disagreed. I disagreed with his thing, and I thought it'd be a fun idea if we did a little bit of debate. But I'm not. I respect his opinion, but I love having debates. I love talking to Cobra Kai fans, and I love debating sorts of different things. But yeah, I disagree with it. So I think it'll be a fun debate to do. So that's the
All right,
reason why. Yeah.
all right, yeah. About the character though, like, what's like one thing in like maybe one of his videos that you disagree with or didn't like?
Well, I seen two of his. It was the Sam sucks video, like her cheating, or like the she cheating in the All Valley. Let me see here. Well, the main thing is I don't think it's I don't think she cheated in the All Valley for one. Kata is a style of karate, and that is used in tournaments, so she didn't cheat in that. And then I just disagree that everything's her fault, or like she's the cause of everything. She definitely plays a part in it, and she has her flaws. But I think it was fairly everyone's problem, and it was for everyone reacting. So that's another thing I would disagree with. But by no regards, I'm not going to ignore the flaws of Sam. She does have quite a bit of flaws, and I feel like in season 5 she will overcome those flaws. But I still think she's a good person in the heart. I don't think she's a bad person or anything like that.
All right, Agni Kai, is there anything you'd like to say to that?
Well, for starters, the Sam cheating video was just a complete joke. But regarding me thinking Sam is to blame for everything, I never explicitly thought she was the sole reason behind all the bad things. I just thought she was the biggest factor because she seems to be behind pretty much everything.
But
Uh,
do you think she is a bad person, or do you think she still is a
Yeah, I
good
do think
person?
she's a bad. I do think
And
she's a bad
and
person.
and why do you think she is a bad person?
Because for the most part, she never seems to have much remorse for the bad things she does. She always feels to find some kind of way to justify her behavior of some sort. And I just don't really like it. Like, I'm not saying the girl doesn't have a conscience. She knows when she's doing something bad a lot of the times, but she just doesn't make any attempt to stop her actions.
Do you think there's if you believe that, do you think that there's a possible, I guess, redemption for her in season 5?
Uh,
What about Sam and Tori teaming up? You think that's possible?
yeah, I don't think the writers would just keep them at each other's throats for the whole time. But I do think that in season 5, Sam will have a lot of trouble trying to let go of past beef.
Do you think? But yeah, but do you think she will become a better person in season 5 if she's teaming up with
Mm,
Tori?
I honest, I honestly don't know.
Yeah. All
Maybe,
right.
I guess.
all right, well, all right. I'm gonna move on to some stuff. Like just like some stuff that happened with Sam, and like if you agree or disagree with it and why. All right. So like when back think back to season 2 when they were at the country club, do you think Tori had a right to push Sam into like the table with the over the wine and stuff? who wants to go first? Like, explain if you think Tori was right in that situation.
So yeah, so that whole thing, Sam should not have went up and well, I think she had a right to go up there and believe that she is. If she heard Tori that she's stealing stuff, she already sort of does not like Tori in a way because she wanted to become friends with Aisha and she wanted to do this stuff. And now Tori is kind of friends with her who is in Cobra Kai, and she she has a negative point of view against Cobra Kai for all the stuff that's happened. Also sort of turned Miguel into a bad person, and he sort of was a bad person in season one. And I believe that she just did not already respect Tori, and especially after she said she's stealing stuff. So when she heard that her mom's like purse was stolen or like her credit card or something, I feel like she would believe that, and maybe it's not the right thing to do to go up there and grab her bag, but I think it was a minor mistake. I don't think it was as bad as a mistake to call her an evil person, but I don't think she should have done that. But Tori pushing her back, I also do not. I also think that was not a bad thing. I feel like someone's trying to grab your bag. You pushing her back is not the worst thing ever. But also, I don't think Tori should not got as aggressive. Like I feel like Tori needs to understand where she's coming from. Well, maybe she doesn't know. So I mean, I guess Tori, if someone's come up to her just accusing you of something, I guess. But I don't think Sam was doing something necessarily wrong there, or not necessarily wrong, but more like nothing like evil to say she's a tail person. It was just a misunderstanding. Um, and I think she had a reason for that. But the only thing I would disagree with her there is grabbing the bag, which is probably a little not the right thing to do there. But I think they both sort of Tori and Sam did a little bit of wrong things, and they both had the reasons for it. So yeah.
All right, Agni, do you agree or disagree with that, and why?
I disagree with some of it. I do think Sam had a right to suspect Tori, but when she confronted Tori about it and basically accused her of stealing her mom's wallet, after Aisha said that Tori didn't steal the wallet, Sam should have just let it go. She shouldn't have taken it further by grabbing her bag, which he agreed with. And I think Tori had every right to push her once Sam put her hands on her. It was a reflex action trying to defend herself from Sam, who became aggressive first. And I think it was just unfortunate that the table happened to be behind Sam when Tori pushed her. And it wasn't Tori's intention to get food all over her, but Sam walked into that one. And regarding Sam thinking Tori stole the wallet, I mean, yeah, she had a right to be suspicious, but if I'm being honest, I think Sam jumped to conclusions too fast, and I think a part of the reason why was because she didn't like the fact that Tori was hanging out with Aisha.
Yeah, I do agree that
Like,
that was a reason that she did that a bit, but I don't think if she just went up there to Aisha and Aisha said, "Oh, she didn't do it," she's just gonna walk away because it is her mom's wallet and that is an important thing. And I do believe that some of her reasons for went there because she was not well, she already did not have respect for Tori, really liked her. But I don't think walking away was the right thing to do. Maybe not grabbing her bag and getting all aggressive, but I don't think just completely forgetting about it, just taking the word and just forget about it. So I think what she did was the right thing to do. I feel like as a good person and you suspect somebody's doing something bad and they have something of yours or like your mom's, go out there and confronting them about it. Is the right thing to do. And maybe she should have done it in a less aggressive way, especially not grabbing her or just jumping to conclusions. But I don't think I don't think it was necessarily a bad thing to go there, and I don't think it was as a bad thing to do is grab the bag. It was a bad thing, but it wasn't as bad where I would say she's a bad person because of it. And then as far as Tori goes, uh, yeah, Tori to push her away. I feel like that was the okay thing to do, but I feel like Tori should have had a better response to it. And I know Tori does have a rough life, and she probably is, doesn't want someone to come up to her and just start accusing her stuff. And Tori has heard bad stuff about Sam too. That was her first impression of her. So, I think it was just a misunderstanding for both of them, and they're sort of both in the right and wrong in that
yeah,
situation.
it was
But
a
I guess that was the start of
misunderstanding,
the
but how
rival,
would
so it is
you
a pretty
react?
important thing.
How would you react if you were Tori and somebody tried to grab your bag? Would you just let them
Um,
take your bag?
no, I don't think she was wrong for pushing her, but it's just Sam coming up to her, and then she already was just getting all upset about her. I feel like she like I didn't rob you, like well, all that stuff. I feel like she should have maybe try to understand a bit more than just get all angry, which I know she has a reason for that. But if somebody came up to me and did that, I would just say, look, I didn't do it and walk away. They sort of just stayed there, but she just tried to walk away. But it's
That
just
was
a
what Tori was doing. She was trying to walk away, and then Sam grabbed her bag.
yeah,
I think, yeah, Tori opened herself to being accused in some sort, but her reaction to pushing Sam, I think that was completely justified. And Sam, because Aisha was Sam's childhood best friend, she had been with Aisha all day. So if Tori had stolen the wallet, Aisha would have known. In fact, the fact that Tori was with Aisha the whole day, it would have made it damn near impossible for Tori to even succeed in stealing the wallet. So I think if Sam just used her brain a bit, she would have realized Tori didn't steal it. I feel like Sam wanted to believe that Tori was the thief because she didn't like her.
yeah, I do agree with that. Yeah, but I don't think
And
it was
um
yeah. Go ahead.
me personally, it's not simply just accusing Tori that of stealing that I thought made her a bad person. It was that after it came out that Tori wasn't the one who stole it, she was in no way apologetic. She wanted to just move on from the whole thing without ever having to admit that she was wrong and apologizing when the whole thing was kind of her fault in the first place.
Well, if everything was happening when she sort of did figure it out with Cobra Kai, I don't think she'd just go to Tori and just say I'm sorry. Like I don't think, and you have to agree that Tori would not do that either, right? Like if Tori is in the wrong there, she wouldn't go up to Sam and apologize. So I think they're both
I
sort of in
mean,
the right and wrong in that situation.
we don't know that.
I mean, I don't think Tori would go to Sam and apologize.
All right.
But
If the roles were reversed, she might have. I'm like, obviously, now after Sam had judged her very poorly, of course she's not going to apologize. But if she was the one casting unfair judgment on someone and she turned out to be wrong, then I see no reason why Tori wouldn't apologize. Tori has always struck me as a person who's nice if you're nice to her, but if you rub her the wrong way, she can often overreact. And for the most part, she just feels like a reactionary character.
yeah, I think Sam is the way. I feel like Sam's sort of like that too. I feel like she sort of reacts to stuff. I don't think she's really going out of her way to cause trouble with people. I feel like she reacts to stuff. She would never went up to Tori and Sam if that stuff didn't happen. So yes, her judgment was pretty poorly, and the reason for that was mainly anger. Which I hope she gets balance for that, and I'm pretty sure she did get some balance after season 3, and I hope more in season 5. But I feel like they're both. I feel like Sam and Tori are a little relatable in some ways, and I feel like that is one of them. But yeah,
Yeah, they both have problems controlling the temper, which a lot of people didn't seem to realize till season 4, which I'd been saying for a long time that Sam is not a person who can control a temper very well. But regarding reactionary, Sam has done stuff unprovoked, in my opinion. I feel like with Tori, she's mostly reacting, but Sam, I feel like some of the stuff she did came out of nowhere. An example would be kissing Miguel at Moon's party. I think that was just completely unprovoked, and she did that for absolutely no reason. And
yeah.
I
Are
really
you ta-
think
are,
she should,
are you talking about the party in season 2?
yes,
Yeah, she was drunk though, so she was
drunk.
drunk. Yeah, she
Then
was
how
drunk
do you explain Miguel and Sam getting back together the next season?
because she always loved Miguel, and then she loves Miguel. You can't
So it
control what you
wasn't
feel.
so it wasn't because she was drunk then.
Well, I don't think she would necessarily kiss him if she was not drunk because I feel like the reason I feel like she did have feelings for Miguel, but she also did have feelings for Robbie, and I feel like her kissing Miguel was the reason. Yeah, some of it is because she loved him, but I feel like the main reason was because she was drunk. And I don't think she would. I think she was sober and in the right mind. She wouldn't just cheat on Robbie. You know,
You think that?
I do. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I respectfully disagree. In my opinion, I think Sam knew exactly what she was doing. I think from the moment she saw Tori with Miguel, she wanted Miguel back. And I think season four kind of supports this because Sam later accuses Tori of stealing Miguel from her. So if you put yourself in Sam's twisted mindset, she believes her actions were simply taking back what she believed was hers to begin with, even though it wasn't. But that pretty much shows a motivation that she had regarding her actions when she kissed Miguel.
Mm. Yeah, well, I think I think she cared for Robbie. I do believe that she really loved Miguel, and I feel like she felt like almost betrayed by Miguel in season two. So yeah, when she did start dating when Miguel did start dating Tori, she did feel like she did want him back a little bit. But I don't think that she would hurt somebody else to get what she wants with Robbie.
Why
And
not?
I feel like the reason she did go, I feel like the reason she did that was because she was drunk. That's the reason I believe. But I do believe she always did care for Miguel. Even when she was dating Robbie, I do believe that. But I don't think that the reason she kissed him, well, the reason she kissed him, I believe, is because she was drunk. She's not in the right mind, and I feel like that was the reason for it. I don't feel like she would do that to Miguel, and she did feel bad for what she did after, I believe. So yeah.
All right.
Um,
Before, hold on, wait 1 second, Edgar. Before we move on, can we just say like hi to some people in the chat?
Yeah.
Zone, CBO, Tristan, Cobra Kai World, the Cobra Kai Hawk, and CBK. All right, my bad. All right, Agnika, you can go.
what was I gonna say? Um, the reason why I don't think it had little, if anything, to do with alcohol is because of Sam's behavior in season three. When she pretty much did everything she could to get Miguel back, just like that. I mean, yeah, she cared for Robbie, but as soon as Robbie went to juvie, that was her first response to go back after Miguel when she saw that him and Tori's relationship was shaky. And that's why I don't believe it was alcohol. I think she wanted Miguel back. And yeah, when you're drunk, you sort of don't think of the repercussions of your actions. But if we're being honest, Sam he does that even while sober. She rarely ever thinks of what her actions will do, even while she's sober. So that's why I don't think it had anything to do with alcohol.
Mm.
I think that, and if I'm being honest, I'm struggling to believe that Sam actually loves Miguel. She seems very fickle, a girl that changes her mind quite frequently. And I just don't think her and Miguel's relationship is going to last.
I think she loves Miguel. Yeah, I believe it will last. But yeah, I believe it will last. I feel like she does definitely love Miguel.
All right. One
Maybe
thing.
we'll see in season five, but like so far,
Yeah.
she just seems
Yeah, well, I will say in season five, real quick, I do believe there is a possibility they could take a break from the relationship. John Harris have said that the relationship will be in an interesting place, but I don't think they will break. I don't think they'll take a break or necessarily break up because they're mad at each other. I feel like Sam will be going for a dark time. Of course, she felt like she let down her team in season four. I feel like she'll have a lot of guilt on her. We can see her having nightmares. And I feel like she's going through a very dark time and as well with Miguel. I feel like Miguel going off to Mexico, all the stuff with his dad, stuff with Johnny, him and Robbie trying to get back together, all that sort of stuff. I feel like they've gone on their own path, and I feel like they could possibly take a break to figure out their own path. But I feel like in the end, Sam and Miguel will um be together because listen, if the creators are making out Sam to be this bad person or she is a bad person, I feel like they would have just addressed it. Like Terry Silver, we know he's a bad guy, right? Like we know this stuff. Sam, there's still fans for her. Why? Because that's what the creators are trying to do. The creators are not trying to make her an evil person. So I feel like if the creators were trying to go for that, we would know that by now. So that's what I think about that. And I do believe that their relationship will last in the end. It will get a little bumpy, but I feel like Sam and Miguel will last and yeah, all that.
All right, wait.
Yeah, I do agree that the writers don't intend for Sam to be a bad person. It's kind of obvious that they want us to like Sam, but to do that, I think they've portrayed Sam in a very bad light. They've just made Sam a character who very few times has she taken accountability, and the few times she had, she's just gone back to square one. And I did actually post a video explaining why I think she's done that. And I think it's because her parents mainly never correct her when she does something wrong. Like when she said the school what happened to Miguel was her own fault, that was a good moment for Sam because she was taking accountability. But when you do that and then you have people then telling you, "Oh, it's not your fault, it's my fault," how is she supposed to grow when stuff like that happens? Like I understand where Daniel's coming from. You don't want like somebody being paralyzed on your daughter's conscience and what it can do to her. But if she stops taking accountability, how can she move forwards?
Right. I do agree with that. I do feel like Sam does need to have a something where she has to get out by herself, and she can't just get little cheat codes out and like just blame it on someone else, or not even blame it on someone else. Someone else take the blame for it. I feel like she needs to overcome something dark and overcome something by herself and take accountability of what she did because she had made mistakes. I'm pretty sure anybody that's not just a complete like annoying fanboy or fangirl of Sam and just say they're the best character ever, which they do have mistakes, and well with every other character. So, like we said in season 5, I feel like season 5 will be your best season. Of course, with the nightmares, I feel like it will be your season where she will get out of a dark place by herself, and I feel like that will happen. And Sam, she has made mistakes. I will agree, but the thing is, I still think she's a good person at heart. And yes, she does not take all accountability in her actions. And yes, she does not. She does do some stuff that doesn't make too much sense, but at her character as a core, I feel like she is a good character. And I don't look at her as a bad person or any of the Larussos. I think, or really anyone, even like someone like Terry Silver. I feel like he still has layers to him. He's went down a very dark path, but I feel like everybody has layers to him. So yeah, that's what I was saying about that.
Wait, before we move on, can we talk about CBK? Like, if we go back a topic, we see CBK say, "Oh, actually, not this one, not this one. I bet this one." He said, "Nah, she didn't like go to. I think he's talking to you, Agni. He said, nah, she didn't go to Miguel right away. He said that Sam emailed Robbie a
Yeah,
lot,
like 10, 15
and
emails.
then he visited Miguel, yes, but never really looked for him in the pain, is what he said.
Yeah, let me say
Look
this
for
real
who?
quick. Sam, I feel like she didn't want to. I feel like she didn't just want to go right back to Miguel or like, oh, Robbie's in juvie. Now let's go right to Miguel. I feel like it was a thing out of all sorts of stuff. First off, she did care for Robbie and what happened. She did email him. She just ready to hold, and she couldn't get that. But Miguel, he got almost died, and she does have feelings for Miguel. And of course, she's visiting Miguel and doing all this stuff for Miguel. And I feel like in that time, she did fall back in love with him. You can't blame somebody for falling in love with somebody. And yes, maybe she should figure out her heart before start dating Robbie. But I feel like she didn't just go over to Miguel right after or anything like that. I don't agree with that. So I feel like that was the reason for Miguel. I feel like it was a thing that slowly started happening, falling back in love. I don't think it was something just like, oh, Miguel's in juvie, not just jump right back to Miguel. I don't think that was her intentions at all.
The reason why I do think that was her intention is because, yeah, she did like Miguel and she did care for him, but Miguel and Sam did not interact much in season 3. Not really. They were away from each other for a very long time. So how can you just go from 0 to 100 in like a few days?
Wait, you say one more time?
Sam and Miguel, outside of visiting him in the hospital, she didn't see him for a while. The two of them barely interacted, and when Miguel got back on her feet, within a day, those two were already kissing.
I mean, I think they were with each other for a while. I believe, yeah, they were fair enough.
No, Miguel was busy recovering training with Johnny. Him and Sam were not talking.
Well, yeah, he was recovering.
It
But
only
that's
started when
I think that's more of a I think that's more of pasting in a television show than with the characters. You can't just have Sam inside Miguel's life when he's trying to recover and they're trying to focus on that plot. So I think that was more plot stuff than characters. But I do understand what you're
no,
saying.
of course, no, of course she can't be in his life, but I'm saying that if she really liked Robbie and was trying to figure things out, she wouldn't have gone with Miguel that quickly after she started seeing talking to him again. And Robbie even
but he
pointed
went
out in the
he went in
first.
a coma, like he almost died. Do you think she's just gonna ignore Miguel after he almost died from like falling off?
No, I'm not saying she should ignore him, but like that shouldn't have made Sam. That shouldn't have been what clicked to Sam to be like, oh, um maybe I should start seeing Miguel again. Like if you didn't want to get back with your ex, let's say you in a relationship, right? And your ex ended up in hospital, right? You'd visit them. That's a normal thing to do. But would that make you go back to them and start dating them unless you didn't want to?
Well, I feel like she slowly started falling in love with him with everything that was happening. Of course, when they got out, they're back at school, and I feel like she just started falling in love with him. I feel like that's what happened. I don't think it was. I feel like that. I don't think she necessarily wanted to start dating him from the start. I feel like it started slowly happening.
It didn't slowly happen, bro. She visited Miguel. After that, they didn't talk for a while. She saw him in school for the first day, and one day later they're together. Literally, it happened just like that. I mean, stuff like that does happen, but the odds of you falling in love with someone over one day or even months without barely interacting is not likely.
Mm,
Sam wanted Miguel from the get-go, in my opinion. And I think the first opportunity she got, she had it. And fair enough, you should follow your heart, but I think Sam definitely played dirty to get Miguel back. And I feel like she did things she had no right to do. And
yeah.
in my opinion, she didn't feel any kind of remorse for what she did, more of the consequences that came with it, like Miguel getting injured. I feel like if Miguel didn't get injured, Sam would have carried on with her life without any care for what she did in this before the school brawl when she kissed Miguel. Like she felt bad regarding what that she had wronged Robbie, but not bad enough. She couldn't even come clean to him, and he ended up having to hear it from Tori instead.
I feel like she would have told Robbie. I think the reason she didn't tell Robbie because she only saw Robbie. I don't think she could have visited Robbie. And then also the emails. He wasn't responding to that. And then I feel like the first time they interacted is when he came inside the dojo. So you think like the second he walks in the dojo, he starts trying to fight Miguel. Well, she has a reason for it, but like he starts fighting Miguel. She's not just gonna say a whole apology to him as he's fighting Miguel. So and then he just leaves. So I feel like the reason there's just not time and there wasn't time really a place
Now,
to do it.
I meant just before the school brawl when the bell rang. I think Sam should have told him there and then.
Yeah, but the bell rang, so she couldn't go. Like school
Yeah,
started.
she could have grabbed Robbie and told him that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. That's more like a plot
She
thing.
didn't want to tell him. She didn't want to tell him.
Yeah, of course she didn't want to tell him. She was guilty. I mean, but and that is a mistake for she probably should have tried better to tell him, I guess. But yeah, I mean, if I did something like that and it wasn't, and I believe it wasn't her intention to, I feel like she would be very guilty and she'd feel very, very sorry for what she did. And you wouldn't want to tell somebody that because you do love that person. You don't want the person to be hurt from that. So I feel like she actually cared for Abby because of that. But I feel like she would have told him eventually.
You think she would have told him eventually? I agree. I think she would have told him eventually, but there wasn't enough honesty on her part, if I'm being honest. And regarding not visiting Robbie and Juvie, maybe I'm reading into this too much, but Kenny was able to visit his brother Sean like
Yeah.
by himself. So I see no reason why Sam wouldn't be able to visit Robbie. And I'm not saying she should have to. Fair enough if she doesn't want to, but that just proves that she didn't care about Robbie enough, which is fine. Really,
Yeah.
she's a teenager, but
Yeah.
I
Well,
just think
yeah.
people should.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Yeah. I'll say, yeah. I'm not sure with the whole thing of her not going there. I mean, I know Johnny or I know Daniel tried to go in there. They wouldn't let Daniel in. So maybe she did. Maybe they wouldn't let her in. But I can't say that for sure because that wasn't in the plot or that wasn't in the story. But I don't know about all that. But I would just say my argument with Sam the most is I'm not denying her mistakes or anything. I just think she is a good person in the heart. I don't think she is necessarily a bad or evil person. But nor is Tori, nor is anybody else. They all did some bad stuff. I feel like Tori has done worse stuff than Sam. but I feel like everybody has their reasons for what they do, and I feel like everyone's still like a good person in heart, and I feel like the end of the show is leading into everybody forgiving and coming together, going after each other. I feel like that's what they're leading to. No matter what their mistakes were, no matter how much they disagree with each other, I feel like everybody will come together at the end. But I think Sam's a good person. That's my main argument with this.
Could you elaborate on why you think she's a good person?
I think she's a good person, but I don't think I don't think there's too much stuff to say that she does that makes her an evil or bad person. Of course, she care. We see that she cares for people. Um, we see all sorts of different scenes where we know she loves people. She does go out of way sometimes to help people, and I don't think there's nothing to point towards that show that she's an evil person or where you can say evidence where she's an evil person. I feel like everything that she does is reacting to stuff that already happened to her, and I don't think there is nothing to say why she is a evil person. And I do think she is a good person because um you can't really see anything. You can't really see anything why she is a bad person. I mean, she does bad stuff, but it's more reactive. So I think she's a good person. We see her do some good stuff. She helps some people out, and it's a I think she's a good person. And I feel like season 5 with everything going for a dark time, and even season 3 when we saw her PTSD and all sorts of stuff. I feel like season 5 will be like a little bit like season 3 for overcoming something. But I feel like Daniel will help her, and I feel like she'll get out of that herself, and it'll be a lot of great scenes there.
Yeah,
But
being an evil.
one thing I will say real quick, we need to see more of Sam and who she is as a person, because um, there is not too much to pinpoint of like who she really is and who she really is as a person, because she is more just reactive to stuff, and she does react to stuff and sometimes most time a negative way. And I'm defending like why she is doing it, but like we do not see as much of her doing as like insanely good stuff. We do see some stuff, and I still think she's a good person, but I feel like we need to see more of good stuff with Sam. And I feel like when we do see that, I feel like it'll change a lot of point of views for a lot of people. And I feel like we'll see that in season 5.
What I was gonna say is that being an evil and a bad person, they're not completely mutually exclusive, but they're not one and the same. You can be a bad person, you're not evil. I never thought Sam was evil, but I did think she was a bad person. I think her and Tori, the two of them do bring out the worst parts in each other. But when you compare Sam's behavior towards people that aren't Tori, it still doesn't look good. Like, for example, with her friend Aisha, a girl she had been best friends with her whole life, she abandoned her and allowed her to get bullied just so Sam could stay popular. And even then, even after Sam lost her popularity, she did not make amends with Aisha until her relationship with Miguel like went to shit.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the biggest mistakes for her. But yeah, it was high school. I know she wanted to fit in, and you could see moments where she did feel bad for what she did. She definitely felt bad for what she's doing with Aisha, and that's another pinpointer why she is a good person. And yeah, she does make bad mistakes, but I don't think those mistakes make her a bad person. So yeah, mistakes. She does make mistakes, and she has reasons for it. But I don't think that makes her a bad person. And for the stuff with Aisha, she, I feel like she did try to. I feel like she did wanna. She did feel bad for Aisha, and she did try to forgive her. But then she went to Cobra Kai, and of course her family did Cobra Kai and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, she did forgive, or I guess make amends with her. I guess, at the what was it? At the All Valley. So yeah, but yeah,
Um,
there's a lot, chat.
um, in my opinion, simply feeling bad doesn't make you a good person. It means you have a conscience, but if you never actually do anything to stop what you perceive as injustice, that doesn't really make you a good person. Like, she could have defended I mean, if she didn't want to defend Aisha, okay, but why didn't she try to make amends even after she lost her popularity? Why did she wait for her and Miguel to stop being a couple before she went and talked to her? Like, even what really made Sam look bad is that somebody like Moon, who had no previous connection with Aisha, was never friends with her, apologized even before Sam did.
Well, I don't think that's anything to do with Miguel. with her breakup with Miguel. I feel like there within the rap. I don't think
No,
you're gonna pursue.
I'm just using that as a like time frame of how long it took Sam to like
Well, it took her a while to
go
get
and
that
apologize.
speech, but yeah, and I feel like the reason she went to Aisha, Aisha lost tournament, she went to her. So yeah, I feel like she definitely should have went out of her way and done more stuff to go to Aisha, and it sucks that it didn't happen. But she did go up to Aisha and like say like don't worry, like the bullies, they'll leave her alone. And she did go up to Aisha in the party, and she did go up to a lot of stuff. So why she didn't go up to her after all that stuff is a little confusing. So you do have a pretty good point there. But yeah.
I think what really bothered me was the fact that her and Aisha had been friends for that long a time. Like, if it was someone you'd only been friends with for like a year, I can understand why you might be a little reluctant put to get involved. But she'd been friends with Aisha her whole life. So I feel like if you're truly friends with someone, when they mess with one of you, they mess with both of you.
Mhm.
Oh well, Cobra Kai Underground said it was Aisha who had a problem with like Yasmin because of the way Yasmin was treating her. I don't know if
Yeah,
that
and
really
Sam should
makes
have noticed that the way Yasmin was treating her was wrong, especially since she had been friends with Aisha much longer than she had been friends with Yasmin. So I definitely think she should have defended, or in fact, she didn't even have to tell Yasmin, oh, what you're doing is horrible, you're being a bad person, how dare you, blah, blah, blah. She could have just asked Yasmin, could you please lay off Aisha? She's been going through a rough time, but she
Yeah.
literally made no attempt. Like, if Sam had gone to Yasmin and asked her to respectfully leave Aisha be, that wouldn't have led to Yasmin kicking Sam out of the group, in my opinion. So I
Mhm.
definitely think she just didn't try hard enough.
I do agree with that. She definitely should have at least asked. But yeah, I mean, the whole stuff of that, I feel like she wasn't really trying to fit in. It was high school, but betraying your friend for that was definitely one of her biggest flaws with her. But I do believe that she became a better person since that. I feel like she was a little clouded from the high school trying to fit in and all sorts of stuff. But I feel like she has overcome that, and I don't think we'll ever see a Sam at like that again. But yeah.
All right. Here's the BK says, to be honest, it wasn't Sam's fault in the school fight. Tori could have easily talked to Miguel and solved stuff out like Robbie was willing to do, and Daniel kind of was at fault because of what he said to Robbie.
Yeah. The
Anything
school
else?
the school fight was sort of a lot of people's. It was sort of like almost everybody's fault. But yeah, Tori was really going at it in that one. Going after and trying to kill Sam was probably not the smartest thing to do. And even the stuff in season 4 with Sam, I know like Sam just being rude to her as she's working. I disagree with all that stuff, but she has a reason for that. Like I said, it is a bad thing, but she has a reason for it. And reasoning is, I think that's the main thing of what to pinpoint why she is still a good person, and she's not just absolutely just bullying people for no reason, or she's not even bullying people, more just like doing sort of these, you can say, bad things without no reason, or just because she is a bad person. Because a bad person would just do that because they're a bad person, or something happened to them a long time ago, or something like that. But I don't think she's doing it because like Tori tried to kill her, like she tried to kill her twice, and when someone tries to kill you, I mean, of course you're gonna have some bad blood between them. So yeah, Tori.
Wait,
Yeah,
so
go ahead.
what makes you think Tori tried to kill Sam?
She had a spike bracelet and was about to punch her in the face.
That wouldn't have killed her.
Still, I don't think Sam would have done that. You think Sam would have done that? Get a
I
spike
mean,
bracelet, punch Tori in the face. That would have caused some serious damage.
we don't know because Sam has never gone into a fight losing while happening to have a spike bracelet with her. I still don't think we know what Sam is capable of. And the spike bracelet thing, that was not remotely planned. I think Tori just wanted to beat Sam up and be done with it. The spike bracelet thing was kind of just a heat of the moment thing with Sam trash talking, saying she was fighting dirty, and then that happened. But like the reason why I've held Sam more accountable than the others for the school fight is because Tori had made it abundantly clear that she did not like Sam getting close with Miguel. And in spite of that, Sam still went and kissed him anyway. And I'm thinking when you go and do something like that, you should expect some kind of consequence for that, if I'm being honest. You shouldn't just be expecting to just be able to do that and walk away without paying any price for that.
Yeah, I think she knew she made a mistake. I think she knew that was the wrong thing. I think she was gonna take responsibility for it, but then Tori, I feel like Tori, she definitely should not have done that. I'm pretty sure we can all agree that Tori should not have came into school and started attacking people. There was a lot more logical thing to do, and I feel like Tori and Sam are the two main things. I think they're sort of equal, both in the wrong, of course. Well, I'll say Tori a little bit more because Sam, yeah, she did kiss Miguel. In my opinion, I think it was because she was drunk. She was a little bit misguided, and just a little. It was just a bad situation, just bad timing, and just bad everything. Um, but with Tori, she saw that and she was so full of anger. She caused a huge thing. She is, I guess, a little bit of blame. I mean, no, I wouldn't say she wasn't to blame for Miguel happening because she didn't know that was going to happen. But you can't just expect to just go in a fight and just beat somebody up with all these Cobra Kais and everything, and just expect everything to just be normal after that. So I feel like Tori was definitely a big part of in the wrong there. And Tori, she never went to go visit Miguel either, so that's another thing you could say there, or Robbie. Well, she didn't really care. Well, yeah, not Robbie, of course, but like she never went to visit Miguel either. So there's it's just sort of two-way street there.
Regarding the school fight, yeah, I do think that Tori was stupid for thinking she could just go after Sam and that, but all the people there in the school would just let her do that. She wasn't thinking that, but I do think she was in the right to get some kind of revenge against Sam because I don't think you should just be able to walk away after doing something like that without any consequence. I think letting Sam get away with that would have just been allowing yourself to just get completely mugged off. I think
Well, I don't, I don't
if Sam
think, I don't think revenge is necessarily ever the answer to anything. If some, of course, she was in the wrong, but I don't think just trying to completely beat her up because she did something bad to you is the right thing to do. I don't think that's the right thing to do. And
so.
I don't think
So what should Tori have done in that situation regarding Sam?
not have a school fight, not have a deadly school fight against her. That's just point one. No matter how angry you are, you can't just have a huge fight and like almost kill a girl because she gets someone. And she didn't go to Miguel. She didn't go to anybody. She went right to that school the next day and went after her. That was not the
I
right thing to
mean,
do.
you're telling me what she shouldn't have done. I'm asking you what should she have done?
She should have went to Miguel. She should have figured it out, and she could have talked. She could have tried to talk to Sam, or at least done something different than start a whole school fight, which led it to Miguel almost dying, to Sam almost getting really injured. That didn't stop, or Sam didn't block, and all sorts of stuff went wrong and could have gone way worse. And that's the purpose, just because it didn't go her way, and she should have done something better because of that.
Well, what could she have said to Sam? I mean, Sam knew that Tori and Miguel were a couple, and she kissed him anyway. I don't really think there was anything Sam could have said that could make the situation better. Because let's be honest, Sam wasn't sorry for what she did. I mean, not towards Tori anyway.
No, I agree. I don't think she. Well, she might have had a couple sympathies. She saw Tori, but in that moment, I don't think she
She
really
she
cared
had
for Tori.
she had no sympathy at all. Otherwise, she wouldn't have accused she wouldn't have accused Tori for stealing Miguel. Sam believed what she did regarding Tori kissing Miguel was completely justified. She wasn't apologetic at all. And if you're not apologetic, I just don't think it's fair for you to just be able to walk away. I think Sam needed to be taught a lesson, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, but I think you're just a. You can't just go up and like have a school fight. Um, and yeah, of
I
course that was
guess
a
for
bad.
different people.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't look at violence as the answer. I don't think that's the right thing to do for anything. I mean, what does it solve besides damage? You know.
I mean, the violence part wasn't really to solve anything. That was just to get even with Sam and be like, you kissed Miguel, you have to pay for it, and now you know your actions have consequences.
Yeah.
And regarding Miguel's accident, I don't think you can really pin any of that on Tori, if I'm being honest, because who kicked Miguel off the balcony? It was Robbie, right?
Yeah.
And yes, you could say that Tori's actions led to it, but the same would go for Miguel and Sam, whose cheating set the whole thing up in motion either way.
Yeah,
So I
well,
think,
I feel like she should have had some logic behind that. If you're going to do a huge fight with all the Cobras, of course, what do you think? How do you think it's gonna end? For just being Sam, like, all right, now we're cool. Now I have my boyfriend back, all good. I feel like
oh no,
she,
she wasn't expecting, she wasn't, I don't think Tori wanted anything to do with Miguel after he cheated. I think I think she knew that Sam and Miguel would just get back together anyway. I think she just wanted to make Sam pay for what she did and then move forward with her life and be
Mhm.
done with Miguel.
Yeah,
All right.
Because I think if she still wanted to be with Miguel, she would have gone and visited him in the hospital.
Oh yeah. Well, Young says, "What's up?" Okay.
Yeah, what's up, young?
yeah. I probably got like 5 more minutes.
All right. Well, um,
Maybe we should read some of the
you
chat.
guys still you still got. All right. I'm gonna read some of the chats before you leave, and I might let some people on to see what they have to say. But
Sure.
um, Sam Miguel should not have kissed. Tori should not have started a fight. She should have talked things out with Miguel and Robbie, and Sam and Robbie. I don't really think that would have worked, but
It would have been better than the outcome. Would have been better than the outcome. That's all I
Difference
have
of
to say.
opinion.
I mean, what do you think would happen if talking it out or trying to or at least trying a different way than just lead right to violence? Like she has to know that doing that would not end well for anybody, or at least not for them. It was a bad decision in my opinion.
I think I don't think there was much she could say with Miguel. I think what she should have done, right, was just to break up with Miguel for one and be like, you cheated on me, screw
Yeah,
you, let's
yeah.
be done with that. And but I think towards Sam, I think Sam definitely needed a beat down.
Mhm.
all right. Well,
I think Sam basically just took a complete shit all over Tori, if I'm being honest, and was basically walking all over her. And I think if you just allow someone to do that and get away with it, it sets a very bad precedent, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, well, I just do not agree with turning to violence or getting revenge on people with violence. I do not agree with that.
And Sam is also a person who doesn't like being walked over. Remember season 3 when Cobra Kai had been annoying them for a while and she resorted to violence and started a huge fight?
I mean, yeah, I mean, Tori has a backstory, and I agree that what all with the violence and her going to revenge, I feel like she has a reason for that, of course, with her backstory. But like, I don't think revenge
Yeah,
is the answer for that. And even like what Mr. Miyagi says, like what does Mr. Miyagi say? Person who lives in revenge of the heart lives in worse punishment than death. So, of course, I don't believe that. It's just something I believe personally. And first off, before we get to these are fictional characters for one. There's nothing to get too worked up with. If somebody has an opinion about something, sure, but like we don't need to get too worked up about it, or people, or not us, like other people. Some people get take it way too serious. They're fictional characters. We don't need to get too worked up. Everybody connects with a character a different way. Everybody has their own beliefs, and everybody has their own sort of stuff. So I don't disagree. I think everyone has a right to believe or like a character or dislike a character any way they want. But yeah, at least for me, I think Sam is a good person. I think Tori's a good person. I think they both done bad decisions, and I feel like how they respond to him. I feel like Tori responds to her bad decisions more than Sam does. But in the end, I feel like they'll both come together, and I feel like they'll both work together and possibly be friends at the end of the show. So that's what I think about that.
I think for them to come together and be friends, Sam will need a lot of development because so
Exactly,
far
I
Sam
agree.
doesn't seem to be she doesn't seem to be the type to let things go, especially since she ended up kind of losing the tournament, even though the tournament was rigged. But since she didn't come home with that trophy, I find it difficult to see her letting things go with Tori.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big development for her, big development. I think that is one of her flaws. But I don't think she really cared for the Tory. I don't. Not. I mean, not Tory. I don't think she really cares for the trophy. I feel like it was more of letting down her team, and also now Cobra Kai's everywhere. It's gonna take a hard take on her, and I feel like she'll be I feel like she'll feel responsible for that. I feel like she will go through a big development this season. So, and I hope, and I don't think there's gonna be best friends with each other like this season. I feel like they will at least respect each other, like Sean and Robbie at the end of the show, both of them, and Sam and both Tori both to go through some development for that. They both have to go for big development with that, and I think they will. I think Sam and Tori both have amazing arcs this season.
So
All
what
right.
is Cobra Kai Underground saying? I mean,
Um,
Sam didn't talk to Miguel all of season two, but when Miguel moved, yeah, that's precisely the reason why Sam annoyed me a lot. I think I think she didn't really give things a go with Miguel enough. She didn't give him enough of a chance, and when she saw that he was with somebody else, she thought she could just worm her way back into Miguel's life just like that and get what she wants. I mean, technically she did get what she wanted anyway, and she was able to do exactly what she wanted to do, but I just didn't like the way she just got what she wanted after pushing Miguel away.
mm,
All right. So I think that's gonna be like the last comment I'm gonna read. If you guys want to wait a few more minutes, like someone wants to join or something, which I don't know.
But yeah,
Um,
I'm not saying that people shouldn't like Sam. You're entitled to like any character you like, regardless. They don't have to be likable or you don't have to find them likable or anything. Everyone's entitled to like a character they like. Like I know a few people who like Kylo, who's just an irredeemable piece of shit, but it is what it is.
if someone likes Kyle, I mean, I have no understanding of that, but like, hey, you like what you like. But yeah, one thing I'll say, Bill needs to stop saying Kyle's getting redemption. That's probably like the dumbest fear I ever heard. It's not gonna happen. So just stop. He's not a redeemable
Yeah, I
character.
agree. I agree. He never seems to learn.
Yeah, Kyler's just Kyler. He's not gonna get a whole redemption arc. Okay, but yeah,
all right. So CBK said I like Sam, but she's a bit of annoying, but she's a
yeah,
okay.
she's very annoying, very annoying. I do believe she's annoying, and that's one of the reasons why I put her low. I mean, I'm not gonna say like I love the character. She's probably not in my top 10. All my argument is just that she's a good person. That's all. But yeah, I mean, yeah, he is good. He's funny to watch. I know, yeah, I will say Kyler. He's funny to watch. He's a good villain. He is a good character, but not like a good person. Kyler's definitely not a good person.
All right. So I'm gonna assume no one else wants to join. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna like end the debate here. If whoever you
yeah,
guys think won or lost or whatever your opinion is, comment down below who you think won and stuff.
yeah. It was definitely fun.
I
Thank
think
you,
you
Andrew
guys
Kai,
both
for
had. I think
yeah,
you
yeah,
guys both
yeah.
had good stuff.
Yeah, thank you, Andrew Kai, for coming on. You did bring some good up. You bring in some good points. It was definitely a fun debate. Um, and yeah,
Likewise.
yeah, your videos are good. Your videos are great. All right, listen, I don't necessarily watch them because like I don't agree with what you say, so it's kind of hard to watch them. But they're really nice edited. I know there is a group of the people that agree with the things you say. So your videos are good. So keep up your work and everything like that. And yeah, so this was definitely fun. And yeah, but yeah. So thanks for doing this.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Yeah.
Oh, if you got anything to say?
Yeah,
Like,
I think Cobra Kai Karate. Yeah, I think keep up the good work with your channel. I think you'll get a lot more subs down the line. And yeah, just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah. Likewise. Thank you.
yeah. Pick you up and yeah.
Yeah, I can never go after somebody's. Never no, never go at a person who has their opinions. Never attack somebody for liking what they like or disliking what they like. Don't do any of that. Anyone that's watching this, and of course, like don't especially not go after the actress. Like don't have to go after Mary Mauser. She's just doing her job. She gets a script. She reads it. It's nothing like these are fictional characters. So let everybody just be respectful and like what you like. We all love the show. We're all waiting for season 5. Let's all just be good people. So yeah,
Yeah, season five is right around the corner.
yep, definitely.
All right.
Next week, we're gonna get some promotion, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna end the live here. Anybody who wants to share their opinion, who you think won, definitely comment that below, or you think it was equal, or what do you think? Oh yeah, we already got one. Young says Agni Kai took the win because Sam is trash.
Fair enough.
All right, but yeah, everybody else comment below. I'll see y'all in my next video. See you, man.